Hey, what's going on? This is TerrenceRe. Got another stock market update for you. We're going to talk about what I'm trading, what stocks I am actually in. I'm going over live trades. I'll talk about a scalp that I just got out of, and we'll go over some market news, and I'll get you updated in all your stock market futures and even some Forex talk right after the buffer. All right, let's get to work. Let's get to work. Right now we're showing the S&P futures are up about 2%, about 87 handles. I'm reading right over here, reading the tape right over here on the left. We got the NASDAQ futures up about 3%. That's the largest of the major indices. The Dow futures are up 1.8%. And then the Russell futures are up 2.5%. We got the bonds down on the day, small amount. Oil futures are up. I mean, they're really up 3%. Gold futures basically flat. I want to see if I'm gonna pull up the oil futures real quick online. And I did a video maybe a week or two ago. I don't even know if I'm gonna put the indicators back on here just to see if those drawings are still on. There they go. So I put this. That's one of the things of following the channel. I'm already out of this trade, but if I would have stayed in it, you can see where I drew this trend line with this triangle, right? And you see it broke out of this triangle. So whoever watched the video, hit that like button and hit the subscribe button, because I show stuff and I'm pretty accurate, halfway accurate. I'm halfway accurate. And so anybody that followed me into this, you up money. If you still holding the position, you up even more money. So it just depends on how you wanted to trade it. But that's not, I wasn't even going to talk about oil futures, but I just thought about it as I was clicking through. Um, what's what's kind of weird on the day is that the Bitcoin is down, right? Or you could say down flat, basically down 1%. And it had been moving lockstep with the NASDAQ or, fintech, tech stocks, but, what have you. So I would have expected for Bitcoin to be up, but it's not. Um, no biggie on that. But it's flat. I would say Bitcoin to be down, 0.75% ain't really down, but it's flat. It's not moving up, right? So, but without further ado, let's go ahead and talk about what I got going on, and then we'll go over the SPX and we'll talk about what we can expect maybe for tomorrow, right? So let's look at the portfolio. Right now, I got 3 trades on. Now, I'm gonna take, I got a couple closed positions that I'm not showing. And that's just because I actually should have held this. I bought this SPY call option earlier, and I was like, man, I'm buying the top. So I got sold out of it. It was only like 11 bucks, because I bought it. I was like, it's already up. But it continued to go up. So if I would have held it, and then the GameStop call option right here, it was a quick little scalp, like 45 bucks. And I sold out of that option. Like I wouldn't even, I don't normally trade GameStop. I just happened to be flicking through some headlines. And one of the headlines that I looked at, it was saying something. It said, why GameStop stock is surging today. And so when I seen that headline, I was like, well, let me jump in and let me look at the chart. And so I came over here and I looked at GME. Let's go back to it. And this is what I looked at. This is what I saw. And so this is a daily. Um, this is a daily. And you've seen this big wick right here. So I looked on the 1 minute. This is the 1 minute up here in the top right corner of the screen. So I have them up showing at the same time. And I seen like a little bull flag right here. So I literally just closed this. Like I bought it. It popped up. I was in it for maybe like literally, I don't know, 20 minutes. and I took my little, 45 bucks out. When it popped up, I was like, man, I ain't holding this crap. So that's that. I don't normally trade like meme stocks. So, but if I see like a little scout, something to do, then I'll hop in and then I'll hop out. So I'm gonna take off closed position so we can just see what I actively have. Now, I put on ARC today, right? So ARC, that's the ETF of Kathy Wood, and she's been getting, decimated. If we look at this, on a let's look at ARC on a daily time frame. All right. I'm going to close this up. So this up in the top right hand corner. So I got 1 day, 1 month, 1 year. I can put a year up, and these are showing like weekly candlesticks, and you can see. But I'm gonna make this bigger so you guys can actually see what that looks like. So this is a daily chart on the 1 year. Look at this. I'm gonna take off my fibs and then we'll come back to that. And so if you're just looking at why is it not hiding? And I want to hide everything. Let's see. We're gonna hide the indicators. There we go. So now, if you're looking at it, this is the past year. It's been getting decimated. We look at it over the past 3 years. Let's look at it. Like off of the 3 year high, looks like it got up to about, what's this high up here? 159.70. Let's call it 160 to make it easy. And all the way down to like a low of, what's that? $35.10. That's crazy, right? Over the past 3 years. So, you know, I added it to my watch list just to watch it. And so generally what I'll do is I'll just scroll through. If I'm looking at it on a daily, I seen this gap up. So I say, okay, let's look. When you get a gap, you want to see how the market plays off the gap, right? And I'll come down to like the hourly. So the hourly, right? And then here we go. So when I seen this instantly, now I'm gonna put all my indicators back on. So you'll see what I'm looking at. Let's close this up. And all I seen, this was the gap right here, guys, with the pull back and then the gap up. So when I see something like that, I'm automatically looking, whether it's in either direction, gap up or gap down, I'm looking to make a trade off of that gap to see how it reacts. It came back, it retested, went up, retested, kind of chopped around the gap. And then it made another high right here. So it took out this high. So then at that point, I just got, I set up a put spread. I'm bullish. I threw my fibs on, so I'll bring the fibs back on so you can see. I put a fib on from that high down to this low, and then I start projecting out. So like you can see right here on the fib retracement or the extension of the fib retracement, you'll see like it tagged the 1618, and you can see it came up again to test that, and we just got a little bit of chop. And so with an IV rank of 73, that's a high IV rank. I can sell options and collect a hefty premium. So I just came to the trade tab. And once again, we're on Tastyworks platform. Come to the it's a link in the description, the show notes where you can open up an account with them. Just click and use my link, please, if you do. And I came out to 50. So if I'm coming to the option tab and I want to set up an option, uh, if I'm bullish, I'm either going to buy calls to get long or buy call spreads, or I'm going to sell puts, sell a put spread. Since I want to collect premium, I got high IV rank. I'd rather not buy that premium and pay for that time. I'd rather sell it, right? So I just came in here, instead of going 22 days, um, my wheelhouse is right around 30 to 35 to 60. Um, unless I'm like sure, but you really don't know. Unless I'm expecting a quick move. So I came to 50 days, I came to the monthly, instead of going into weeklies. Monthlies are more, generally the monthlies are more liquid. You're going to have better markets. That means your bid ask spreads are going to be tighter in here. So I came in, I'm on the put side over here. I sold the 40, bought the 35. And I took, if you look at trade price right here, I collected 166 in premium, or, for selling the option. So what that means is a $5 wide spread. I'm collecting 166. That's going to leave a balance of what, 334. So I'm risking 334 to make $166, right? Um, and that's gonna, you can see right here, the probability of profit is 63%. So if I do this trade, you know, 1,000 times, I'm expected to win 630 times, right? So 63% of the time. And so I'm not gonna try to hold this to make all of this money, right? I'm gonna manage this at about 50%, which will increase my win rate. So that's that trade. And that's just going off of the fact the stock's beat down. I got a gap up. Hey, maybe the overall market was down before the day. Maybe we're gonna get a pop and get a rally going. Um, Now, this by no means saying that I'm just bullish this market. That means that this particular trade, maybe over the next 2 weeks, 3 weeks, maybe even a week, if I'm good at my technical analysis and I get this pop up here, I could be out of this trade tomorrow if it pops, right? Or I can hold it and still make money on volatility contraction. So I sold the 40. So this is the put I sold like right around in here, and then I bought the 35, right? So you know, I'm expecting it to stay up above this range. And obviously, you can see where I got it projected to going. Now, another thing, like if you're not good at, you don't understand options, you can definitely buy the shares. I did buy some ARK in another portfolio, a long-term portfolio. I just jumped in 100 shares, set up a bracket order. I take profit was up like right around $55, so right up in here, and then I put my stop loss down here at like $34, right? So um, that's how you can play. It's two ways to play that. So that's one trade that I'm in. Let's take a look at another one. Let's go to DraftKings. I've actually been in DraftKings for I would want to say a week. Now I'm gonna go over here. You see this gear right here. I'm gonna click on this gear. And then I'm going to come click on days open, and you'll be able to see days since open. I'm sorry. And you'll be able to see, I'm just moving it. And that's how I'm changing what I see up here. You see it said days open. So that way we're able to see how many days I've been in this trade. Been in this trade for 7 days. Um, and I'm up $33 on it so far. So let's go back to DraftKings and take a look at the chart at DraftKings. Close this up. Now, same thing, right? I saw this is an hourly chart, so this is an intraday chart. Same pattern. Like I got a gap up, and then I came over here threw my fibs on, and I'm like, this is me. It's my trade setup. I got to take this every time I see it. But this is a cheaper stock, right? This is only a $14 stock, so you can do this in a small account. I came in instead of selling a put spread where I'm capping the loss and like making a defined, what you would call like a defined width spread, defining my risk. I just sold the put. So we're gonna go back, click on trade. We're gonna go back to the option chain, and you're gonna see I came back to 50 days, and I came in here, and then I sold the put at the 12 and a half strike. Right now, today, that's showing a 28 delta. So if you sell this put today, you're only going to get $93 for it. At the time when I sold it, you can see I took in a buck 28, and you can see the premium that has come out, right? So that's what I mean. Even though it ain't really moved a lot, that's decay. So from 128 to where it's trading at now, $93. That's roughly what? Almost $33, like 35, something like that. So that's your decay. So when you sell options, even if the option doesn't move, you can still make money off of the decay of the option, the theta decay. And that's what this is right here. So I got theta, right? So I'm collecting theta, I'm collecting time decay or volatility decay. Let's cut this off. TV jumped in right there. So back to what I was saying. That's theta decay, and then that's what you see. Um, it's what you see the price difference of those of that put. So right now today, I probably wouldn't sell that put because you're not gonna get that much bang for your buck. If you do that right now, and if you sell it today, and let's say right here, $93. Let's look and see how much they margin. So the margin still ain't a lot. It's only going to buying power is only $155. So that really ain't a bad trade. And you say, well, why are you saying that? Even though you're not collecting as much as I collected when I did it, the buying power is $155. So basically, what Tastyworks is doing as a brokerage firm is you're putting up. So the so let's look at why you see 95 right here. That's the difference in the bid ask. It's tight bit. It's a pretty tight market. $93, $97. The mid price will be 95. So you collect 95. That means they're gonna margin you or hold you your buying power $155. That's about one to what, one and a half. So now your max loss is $1,155. That's if DraftKings was to go to zero, right? But they're just because the expected move for these next 50 days is just $2.70. So that's actually not so that it's not they don't have it set to move a whole lot, right? It's based on the expected move. And so you would have a probability of profit of 67 and probability of keeping 50% of the $95 at 82%. Let's see, let's clear that out. And that's how that works. So I'm selling a naked put instead of if you arc and what I'm getting ready to show you in TLT, I did spread. So I capped my loss. So instead, so like that would be something like selling this right here and then buying maybe this right here. So you would take in $61 and buying power would be 189. Don't make any sense to do that, right? Your buying power will still be $189 as opposed to just selling a naked put and only having a buying power reduction of 155, right? So this is making trades and making effective use of capital so that you're not tying up a lot of your funds so that you can possibly make other trades. Let's take a look at TLT. That is the third thing that I am trading, and I'm also bullish on this. So if you watch a lot of my videos, you'll see you're not gonna come on here too many times where I got bullish trades on me, meaning I'm looking to take advantage of an up move in the market, right? But I see where the market is. I trade what I see, not what I think or how I feel, actually what I see or what I hear either. I don't trade what I hear. It's what I see technically. And then I'll couple that with some fundamentals, right? Just like I made the trade in GameStop today. I just seen, I'm looking at news, boom, come over there, look at it. I see a little setup. Let's get in it. So let's take a look at the bonds. Now bonds, we're gonna zoom out on bonds because bonds been getting killed, right? Let's look at a 3-year chart of the bonds. Look at it. We let this is just from December. We don't even have to go 3 years out. We can just do a year right here at 154. What's that at? The high 155 back on December 3rd, and just all the way down here, just obliterated, right? So the same thing down here. I looked at it right there, and then I I said, okay, we got this nice candle right here. So we got like this green candle kind of like engulf this. This would be something similar to like a harami, right? So we got the body of this candlestick inside this big green candlestick. And then you even got another one, a gap up, and then another, you got a harami, another harami, right? So you got the body of this candlestick inside of this big green candlestick. So I seen that. We got a little pullback and like a little up move. So I said, well, let me get in here. Let's look intraday and see what I see intraday and see if I see anything using my Fibonacci retracements. And I come in here and I go from here where it gapped up, right, to this low. And then it pulled back into my sweet zone, the 38.2 and the 61.8 right in between there. And then the market like took off. You can see, took out these highs. So I come right in here. I've been holding this for like 2 days. So I think I did it like, I don't remember when I put it on, somewhere in here, right? Because these are intraday candles. And I just sold the put spread. So I came in. We got a high IV rank. Anything over, 30 is pretty much good to go. You could probably do something. I got a little trick around that, but we got high IV and everything, so you don't have to do it. But in a low IV environment, I tend to go further out in time. But so with this, you can sell juicy options, and TLT is very, very liquid. The markets would be great. So I came to the trade tab, came right around that 50 days, um, right here. Sold the 116, bought the 111, set up a $5 wide spread, put spread, and I took in 143. So I'm down like $10 on the day. This is PL on the day, and then open. Like I'm up on all three positions open. Like how long they've been open. So I'm like $8 on this position open. And so I'm looking for the TLT to make a move up. Now I actually, in all three of these, I bought these in a long-term portfolio, right? To hold. So we're just gonna see what they do. Now the thing about buying TLT, when you own TLT, as opposed to the other two that I have, TLT pays a monthly dividend of, I want to say like 20 cent. Yeah, 20 cent. It's a 20-cent dividend. And so what that amounts to is per share, you get 20 cent, every month. So you kind of get paid for holding the bonds. Um, if you're buying shares, then you just hold them. But of course, you got to have 100 shares. You get $20. But if you buy, let's say, 1,000 shares, something like that, then you're looking at something, maybe you getting, is it worth, the bang for the buck to hold it? Um, and that's a monthly dividend on the TLT. So for that is the three trades that I have put on, and that's what I'm trading. And I showed you guys my setups, how I look for it. Now on the Tastyworks platform, I'll show you like ways to look for trades. And this is what I do sometimes. Sometimes I just come on here and I'll come over. So it's a couple places you can do this at. You bring this little tab out here. And sometimes I'll have over on the left, this is my watch list that I make, and then I look at these stocks every day and I kind of judge how I view the market. Now, ARK and DraftKings, I may not have those up there all the time, but all the rest of them I do. You can come over here and you could say watch list. And so I have tasty fast movers up. So this is populated by Tastyworks themselves, the brokerage. So they'll have this up, and then you can go to Tasty Fast Movers. Like you click on Tasty, come over Fast Movers, or you can go Tasty Hourly Top Equities, which generally updates, I think, around like 11 in the morning Eastern time after one of their guys reads the list off during the show. And so you can come here and it's giving you the top equities every hour. So you can see everything on here is up for the most part, except for two, TLT and then Snow. So these equities right here are the most traded on the Tasty platform. And I feel like I can't talk today. So you can do that, and then you can come on here, and I will come like, and I would literally, this is what I would do. I leave that there, and then I just come in on an intraday, have like my hour time frame up, and then I come from top to bottom and just look at them, right? You can arrange, look at Baba. You see, gapped up, making moves, right? If I would have looked at this earlier, I would have looked at this and maybe got a trade in. GameStop is on there, even though I didn't find this ain't how I found it. I found it somewhere else, but it's here. This is the Pro Shares Trust Ultra QQQ. You can see that me personally, I would never trade this, but to each his own. Unless you're just intraday trading. I don't. I tend to don't trade. I think this is a triple leverage or one of those leverage products, and I pretty much stay away from those. But it's on there. But people trade it. Tesla is always one of the main ones that's traded. You can see that it's up today, 53 up $53 by 8%. Got AMD, and I would do this. I would just come look. And now you say, what are you looking for? I'm looking for setups. Like I want to see, like I have like a certain way that I trade, and I'm looking for setups. I bring my indicators up. I may have like I have it sitting looking like this, and this is where I'm at with it. I come up here and click. You see this little crosshair right here? A lot of times I don't want these boxes here, so I'll come up here right where the little crosshair is, click it, come down and click there, and you see it just kind of like makes that stationary. I only want to use that like when I want to see like volume or something, or I see like a high, see where it's at. So here we go. I'm right here. Um, and then I'm looking. I'm looking to see what type of move that I can get in. I like to see flags, bull flags, bear flags. I like to see patterns, triangles, stuff like that. Pennants. Let's look at square. Like, okay, so let's look at square. I'm gonna show you. I think square got some potential to break to the upside. Got a cross right here on the moving averages, and I see a bull flag right here, right, and a gap up. So square got potential to break up. Maybe come up here. You got a gap right here. Maybe it plays that gap. You might get a $10 run up here to about 93. I would say maybe to about $93. Maybe a stop goes here. So just something like that. And I look and then I find a trade and then I go and I throw it on. I don't even hesitate. And so you can do that. There are many different ways to find trades. Like I also sometimes use Thinkorswim. I know how to scan. So if you're somebody you want me to show you how to scan for trades on Thinkorswim, and that's something that you use, comment in the section. I'll do a video and show you how to do that. But you can. Tastyworks has all kind of different like ways of finding trades, high options value, come to liquidity, you can click on that. And they got liquid symbols, liquid ETFs, sectors, basic materials, like you want to get in the healthcare sector, industrials, crypto, got your cryptos, your futures, your small exchange, dividends, you're looking for dividend stocks to trade. Um, so those are just some of the ways that, earnings. And I think we do have earnings. And maybe I'll do some fun. Let's see. Let's look at Costco. I know Costco is one of the ones that has earnings today, and it's a pretty major stock. Now, Costco it gapped up today. And let's look. So what you got a gap here, you got a gap here, right? So, what do you plan this? I don't know what to and whatever trade I do would probably it's gonna expire tomorrow. Something like this, man. Let's see what's pricing, like how it prices. Now they got a $31 expected move. More than likely, I'd do something cheap, like, but I pick a direction, literally flip a coin, buy either a put butterfly or a call butterfly. You know, come to the put side. Everything else been getting killed, right? Excuse me. So I would buy a put butterfly, maybe put it up here at the expected move. You pay 15 cents for it. I don't know if I can get filled 17 for a $5 wide butterfly spread. Might not be bad, and then try to close it out tomorrow. Widen it up if you want to. It's gonna cost you a little bit more. Or if you think that you're not gonna get much of a movement, maybe come in here and you could do it right here. But I probably, if I was gonna do something like this, and I may do it later, I'm not gonna put it on to the end of the day. Um, Go ahead and if you haven't, go ahead and subscribe and hit that little bell notification. And if I decide to put this on within the next 30 to 45 minutes, if I do, I'll put a post in YouTube and you'll be able to see, if I did it or not. But and then that way, because sometimes I just make posts on trades and I may not do a video. I may do a post like, hey, closing, taking profit. I may post a chart, follow me on Twitter because I post charts on Twitter. I post like a mark. I'll do it. I'll be looking at my phone and I'll draw up something on the phone and just put it on Twitter. And if you like the way that chart look, it's a way you can take advantage of it. You can make some money. So with that, guys, I hope you got something out of this. Hit the like button again. Hit the subscribe button. Help me get my videos in front of viewers on YouTube. Let's get these views up. Let's get this watch time up. And with that, guys, I'm out. Peace.